Scorpios, let's get started here. My name is Marie of Indigo Earth. I'm here to do a general reading for you, our water sign Scorpios. Good to have you here. Thanks for coming into the channel. I also want to welcome any cross watchers. Please feel free to swap around the characters or the players as need be throughout the reading. And time is fluid, so whenever you do come across this reading and the title drew you in was a time that you were meant to listen to it. Messages coming through for you, Scorpios, should reflect some aspect of your current situation. Doesn't have to reflect the whole thing. And could reflect an inner knowing, something that you've known all along. So take what fits. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. It just might mean that the reading is meant for somebody else this week. Simple, simple, simple. So for those of you, though, that this does resonate with, I'm going to have an extended at the end of this reading. We're going to dive deeper into the messages coming through by exploring the zodiac signs that show up. And those zodiac signs can be about an intimate relationship and background players, friends, family, blended family, extended family, colleagues, best friends, circle of friends, parents, siblings, children, anybody that influences your energetic field or the energetic field of the connection. So just keep that with you as we go through the reading. You might not know what those zodiac signs are, but you'll recognize the energies as I go through them in the extended reading. All right, so let's get started for you. This is for Scorpio. Moon, rising, and sun. This is for our Scorpios. Transformers. You're ruled by Mars and Pluto. Scorpios. Moon, rising, and sun. Messages for those watching, please. This is for Scorpio. Moon, rising, and sun. All right, so overall energy or energetic theme for the reading, we have the Five of Cups. This could be about something from your past. Could be about also maybe moving through some grief right now. So let's see what your current energy is, Scorpio. We have the Two of Swords. You could be holding off or blocking yourself from moving through some difficult emotions right now, or this could be a very difficult decision that you have to make. Let's see what your situation is. We have Strength, finding that inner resolve. Let's see what your challenge is or your opportunity. We have the Star. Your aspirations, your desires, your wishes, something that's very meaningful and heartfelt to you. Let's see what what the universe is co-creating with you. We have the Five of Swords. This could be some inner turmoil going on. Some battle within yourself here. Because we got Strength here. This is about inner resolve, right? This is about, you know, sometimes we see strength as brute force, confidence, stand up, pull yourself up by the bootstrap. But I think in this situation, it's just really digging into kind of calming that lion inside of you that's just, you know, got you on edge here. And so how I see this, your current energy right now is that you are resisting, blocking off some things. So let's see how you got here then. What actions were you taking to get you to this point? We have the Sun, could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with an Aquarius. I got Leo here and Leo here. The Sun is usually about nourishment, right? Harmony. So we'll see where that goes. So let's see what opportunity is heading your way. We have the Three of Swords. So really working through some difficult emotions or maybe having a difficult conversation. What are your strengths in this situation, Scorpio? We have the King of Pentacles. You know what matters to you. You know what you value. I think that, you know, you'll see things through. You'll follow through with things. You'll see things through. And I think that this is about being fair, being real, and being just. So let's see what the outside influences. What's outside influences here? Energies that are kind of pushing at this. We have the King of Cups. Could be dealing with somebody that's a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or you could be dealing with somebody who's very emotional, has a lot of feelings. Maybe, you know, they're a little bit over emotional because that's a water sign, right? So let's see what your next steps are. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Well, this is about going the distance on something, seeing something through. So what is this all about then? Because it looks like you're dealing with some internal conflict here. There might be some grief coming through that's trying to come up. And that there's some resistance about holding it down. But the challenge here is about, you know, the star, what it is you really want. There's a yearning here for something, a desire. So what is this all about? We have the 9 of Cups. It's about your happiness. All right, well, where's it going then? How is this all going to play out? We have the 5 of Wands. This could just be accepting differences, or it could be accepting diversity, or it could be sometimes you have to agree to disagree, right? And still be okay with it. It doesn't mean that things have to end. Sometimes people go their separate ways. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. But we'll see where this goes with you. But there's some kind of resistance here against something from the past that's bringing up a lot of grief. There's some difficult emotions that are trying to arise. You're kind of holding some things off here. There's some internal conflict going on, or internal struggle. So let's see where we're going to go with this for you today, Scorpio. All right, let's clarify what the strength is for the situation. This could be about trying to gain some leverage as well. I have the Queen of Swords. I have the Knight of Cups. And I have the 9 of Swords. I think some kind of anxiousness or anxiety, or you've kind of detached from something, gotten a little cold on something here. This could be about maybe you making amends, or opening up, or being a little bit more vulnerable. You know, there's some anxiousness, some fear here, some anxiety about that. It's like you're could be overthinking a situation, or thinking too much about a situation. Because the 9 of Swords is a monkey mind to me. You know, it's things milling over and over and over and over and over and over, and you're trying to figure out different outcomes, different ways of doing it, different, you know, ideas, and it just, like, somehow by it circulating and coming through and coming around, that maybe you can figure out a different outcome or a different scenario. But there's you know, when you got resistance, strength here, and you got the 9 of Swords, this kind of seems to be like it's taking over. And it's taking over maybe, you know, something that has to do with opening up, having a little bit more compassion, having a little bit more understanding. You've kind of closed yourself off here. So let's see what the star is, because this is your opportunity or your challenge. So this is about what you really want. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. What's really meaningful to you in life. Happiness. We have the universe. That's judgment. We have the moon. And we have the page of pentacles. Well, there's a change coming through. There's something that needs to clear itself out here so that you can go down another path. Something's trying to move its way through here or clear itself out. I don't know. It seems to be something that seems to be kind of hidden. I think this is more about some deep emotions, because the moon is a subconscious. It's feelings, it's emotions, it's your that inner compass. And you've got the universe here, right? So that's the world, change, endings and new beginnings. That's Capricorn and Aquarius energy coming in, as well as Pisces and Cancer. But there's something to do that in order to get to your aspirations, your hopes, your dreams, there's something that you need to move through to get to this new path. And it may be, you know, there's some different approaches that need to be considered here. Maybe you need to change direction on a certain course. Maybe you need to change your mind on a specific subject or a specific idea. I don't know if you know exactly what's trying to come up here. And that might be part of the challenge. But something is trying to clear its way out. Something that's blocked to a sword. Something that's not, it's not in your direct view or your direct sphere. But a new pathway is trying to open up here. And I think it has something to do with a grief process or something from the past. Maybe something happened that you're scared to, or you have kind of kept down, suppressed, of maybe, you know, making amends or apologies, or maybe you're just not open to anybody coming to you with any kind of like an amend or an apology. But there's something here that has to do with working through some difficult emotions that are coming up right now. So let's see what the Five of Swords is, because this is what life is trying to help you with or guide you with. And that's that internal conflict. We have the Ten of Wands. This is some coping mechanisms coming through here. This is also the end of a very long, difficult journey. One that's kind of kept you feeling suppressed, buried under, heavy, weighted. One that's been around for quite some time. I have gratitude and I have the Four of Cups. I think you kind of feel like life has screwed you. That's kind of coming up what it is. Like, life has screwed you, because in between the Ten of Wands and the Four of Cups, you're so overwhelmed and so like there's so many barriers that it's hard to see any kind of happiness in anything, or to see any kind of gratitude in anything, or to see, you know, anything right now that looks like it's an offering of love, or if it's an offering of kindness, or it's an offering of peace, or, you know, it's an olive branch or something like that. I think that your emotions, there's some really dark emotions here that have to do with things that have happened in your past, and they've been kind of following you and going with you for quite some time here, and it's kind of made you a little bit cold and bitter, and you're suppressing them because a new direction wants to open up here, but this stuff has to clear out because your desires and your dreams and your aspirations are sitting here right in the challenge, right? They're right there, but you're blocking them off. Because in order to get to them, you're going to have to let these emotions move through you. Or this grief or this sadness move through you. So what is this sun then? Because this is how you got here. And again, that's Leo energy. I've got Capricorn and Aquarius coming up. I got Aquarius underneath here. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. I got Pisces and Cancer. So what is the sun here? Clarify the sun. We got the 10 of Swords. We got the 7 of Swords. The Elton John song just came in my head. Don't let the sun go down on me. That really shows my age, Elton John. Don't let the sun go down on me. That's what I'm seeing here. I think you feel like your world was torn apart here. There could have been some, you know, something to do with trust issues, betrayal, deception. This really took a toll on you. Like this really, really hurt you. And it's been just kind of sitting here because you got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, and you got the World. It's trying to clear its way through. And I don't know that you know that you're working really hard to, like, you know, keep this suppressed. I mean, you know, maybe you just feel like this is the way it is, and you just have learned to kind of like navigate and live with it, kind of, so to speak. But let's see this is what's coming heading your way, this opportunity, the 3 of Swords. So this is either having that difficult conversation or moving through some very difficult emotions. We got the Magician, so that's Virgo and Gemini energy coming through. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the Hermit. I think you're very much aware of what this is. When this opportunity comes in to move through these difficult emotions, I think you're very much aware of what this is. What this is about, because we got the Magician here, and the Magician kind of knows how to change something, how to make things better, how to create life, and you've got it with the 7 of Swords. So you're at an advantage point once these emotions, you know, I don't know if they'll get triggered. Maybe a song will come up. Maybe you'll hear something. Something's going to trigger something that's really going to put you in some deep reflection here to allow those emotions to move through. Because that's what's going to put you seven of Wands at an advantage point, right? Having the confidence and the courage to be able to move through this or allow this to move through you. There might be some quiet time coming in. Yeah, see, Knight of Wands, there it is, that trigger. some sort of trigger. Something's going to trigger something here that's really going to help you or assist you. It could be a Virgo or a Gemini, but it's really going to allow you to be able to let some of these emotions move through you. Because something new wants to open up. I mean, you've got your dreams and your hopes and your wishes sitting here right in the challenge or the opportunity, however you want to look at it. In order to get there, something needs to be cleared out. And this could have to do with trust issues. This could have to do with betrayal. I mean, this could have to do with anything that has brought you grief and sadness. So let's see what the King of Pentacles is here, because this is your strength, what you've got going for you. We have the Hermit. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Four of Cups. I think whatever this sadness was, because we have grief over here as a strength as well again, right? Whatever this experience was in your past, that has to do with trust issues, I think you already, you know what you want. You know what you value, right? You know what is not supposed to, you know what you don't want. And you know what puts you in a good place, where something that you can rely on, that is dependable, that is trustworthy, that is honest, that's going to go the distance. So whatever this experience was, it taught you what you don't want, and you've learned how to use discernment and discretion. But I think what's happened here, what it looks like has happened here, that you're very clear about what you don't want, but you don't, that experience kind of shut you down instead of moving you forward into knowing, like opening yourself up again to other experiences and practicing what you don't want, right? Because you don't want to go through this again. This isn't something that you want to feel again. And you're very aware of that. But I think that, you know, you don't want to be triggered. Because I think you feel like, you know, you're doing what's right, you're doing what's just, you're doing what's fair. But it's very calculated. And it's hard to see the beauty in life right now, because there's just so much covering what you don't want. So that what you do want can't get through either. And that's your, you know, that's what your star is, what you do want. So let's see, use this one more time. Let's see what the Knight of Cups is, because this is the outside influences. I have the Two of Wands. I mean, now it's kind of like you might be, it appears you might be blocking yourself off from any experience. Just, I mean, anything that comes your way is seen as it's going to pull the rug out from underneath you, or it's going to be a bad experience. And it's hard to see anything around you right now that gives you joy and gives you happiness. So we have the King of Cups, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Lovers, and we have the Nine of Swords. I think you've seen other people experience anxiety about relationships that really put their heart out there. That kind of like really, I think you think they kind of like set themselves up. They opened up their heart, they opened up their sleeve. It might, or they put their heart on their sleeve, and it might be similar to the experience that you had, And it's brought them a lot of fear, anxiety. Like it always seemed to, like when you open up like that, you always seem to get the rug pulled out from underneath you. And I think that you maybe have some people around you who were very open and who may have gone through this experience. So let's see what the 10 of Pentacles is, because this is the next step. And again, this is another 10, something wanting to clear itself out. This could also be about timing. This could be about family. Could be about children. We have the 6 of Cups. So again, that's family. We have the King of Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles. Give me one more on this. I think you're doing very well as far as like providing, sustaining, you know, making the right choices, making the right judgment calls, figuring things out that you need to figure out. Oh yeah, King of Cups. You got all 3 kings here. But something's missing. And it's the King of Cups. It's the emotions. This has something to do with getting back to maybe innocence and play. I don't know if you have children, it's playing with your children. Because when you got all 3 kings here, which are the next steps, you have all of these qualities. You have, you know, you got the Magician over here in your opportunity heading your way. This is Magician energy right here. It's total Magician. And it's the kings. It's not a page. It's not a queens. It's not the knights. It's the kings. So whatever this experience or whomever this experience was that brought this to you, this definitely has to do with something from the past. And it could have been a relationship from the past. Maybe something that didn't go the distance that you wanted it to go the distance. But you have been able to make good decisions that are fair and just. You have been able to provide and be, you know, due diligence. The things like you've been able to sustain a good life, a good income, right? You work hard, you're diligent, you're fair, you're just. But there needs to be more emotion in it. And the emotion, your emotions could be coming through by either making good decisions for your children or taking care of your family. And now it's kind of time to get back to that playfulness. And I think that that's what's going to bring in, you know, whatever this trigger is, it's going to clear this air here, right? The next steps are to know that you have all the qualities you need. And the King of Cups gets to play too. The emotions get to play too. Because they're part of the process. This could have something, okay, this is patriarchal energy coming through here too. So this could have something to do with childhood. It could have something to do with a patriarch in your life as well. And that's why this 5 of Cups is here, something that is being brought up from the past. Because it could have something to do with healing this. Or maybe having a difficult conversation with somebody who's a patriarch or was a patriarch in your life. That has really affected relationships and really affected how you see life. Could have been a dictator kind of person that was very cold, wasn't very open, was kind of scary. Somehow there was a shutdown here. And if there was another relationship that got pulled out from under you. It has something to do with the energy from this patriarch from the past. And sometimes when you know, these are your next steps. So is there a conversation here? Is that what this is about? Sometimes when the King of Cups come up too, it's about someone who's very highly emotional, but has a really hard time being able to express their emotions. And yeah, communication. The Queen of Swords came out. Taking action on communication and starting to ask questions. Queen of Swords came out. It's about asking questions. Communication. Taking action. Woo. I guess I'm not going to get another one here. I thought if communication came out, that might. But the Queen of Swords, I saw the Queen of Swords come out. That's asking good questions. And that's also communication, right? Air sign. So this has something to do with the patriarch in your life. Next steps are to start clearing the air here and start working through some things. And the opportunity is going to come here to move through some very difficult emotions. I don't see death showing up here, so I don't know that this is somebody that has passed. I think it's somebody that is very authoritative. And I think it's affected other relationships for you. So let's see what the Nine of Cups is. Because this is the big picture. Being happy, finding gratitude, finding joy in life, being playful again, innocence. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So to turn the direction on this, well, here's your Knight of Swords. Communication, right? But it doesn't have to be, you got the Knight of Pentacles here. It doesn't have to be something like the Knight of Swords comes in very, very fast, kind of just says what he has to say, drops a message, and then leaves. But that's not what's trying to happen here. To change the trajectory of this, maybe these are conversations that you've had before, but to go with purpose, right? Knight of Pentacles, to go with purpose. Take it slow. Try a different approach. Do something that is a little bit more noble and be able to communicate what it is that you need to communicate without having to really change the trajectory or the direction of the other person, but you're getting it off your chest and you're doing it the right way. And you're doing it in a way that is respectful. You're doing it in a way that is softer. It's kinder. It considers everybody else. Maybe you take a step and then you wait, and then you take another step and then you wait, or you have a conversation and then you wait and you have another conversation, because this is going to take some time. But this is what's going to turn this in a different direction. So let's see what the Five of Wands is, because the outcome here is that sometimes you just have to agree to disagree, that, some people have different opinions or different ways of doing things. There's diversity here. Yeah, Chariot. So there's kind of opposing forces. There's opposing forces, and you can be okay with that, but it doesn't have to damage you, right? It doesn't have to stop you from reaching your dreams or your hopes or your desires. So that is the new path. Oh, gosh, I got to take these. Okay, so knowing that there is differences of opinions, right? You can agree to disagree. That's still having a hard conversation. And it's working through some of the grief that, like, okay, well, you know, maybe this person isn't going to see things the way I do, and I have to accept them as they are and be okay with that. But that doesn't mean that I can't start a new path, go in a new direction, Ace of Pentacles, towards my dreams and my desires and my aspirations. Because whatever this is, this authority figure has played a role in your relationships, has played a role in how you see life. You know, it's brought you a lot of angst, a lot of fear, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. You've built up a lot of walls. There's a lot of inner conflict here. You know, you're, I mean, it's not to say that you're not, you know, you're a very noble person. King of Pentacles, very noble, doing the right thing, seeing things through. You know what you don't want, but the problem is that it's so focused on knowing what you don't want and suppressing maybe whatever this was in the past, is that it's thwarting you from moving forward to being able to begin again and, you know, work towards your hopes and your dreams and your aspirations. And so I mean, you're going to have to revisit the past. That's the next steps, right? Home, Ten of Pentacles. I have to go home. Like, you know, could be childhood issues, but you're going in clearly focused. You got all the kings backing you up. You're going in clearly focused, knowing what you need to say. You're going to do it with respect and nobility and kindness for everybody that's involved. It's like you're not putting any blame on anything. And you're going to do it you're going to make decisions and take action on what's best for everybody, even if the situation doesn't come out the way that you want it to. Because what we have here is that you know that, you know, not everything's going to be resolved. That's okay. You get to move forward anyway. Because you've had the difficult conversation. You're working through your own grief. You're working through your own feelings. You're working through, you know, whatever has you in fear, and you're taking a new direction. And that is taking a new direction by kind of confronting it. And this is what's going to set you on your path to happiness. So let's see who we have coming up here for you, because this could be about a relationship, and it probably is, but this relationship seems to be affected by factors from like that inner child stuff. So I've got Leo. I've got Gemini and Virgo. And I've got Virgo again. And I've got Leo down here. And I've got Cancer, Pisces. And I got Capricorn and Aquarius. And I got Aquarius here. I got Gemini. I've got Sagittarius. I've got Aquarius again. I've got Cancer. So I'm going to look at those in the extended for you, Scorpio. For those of you not going on with me, let's get a crystal you can use. This is from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck. This guy popped out. Blue Lace Legate, number 10. Ending cycles, right? Ending of something. Self-expression. Blue Lace Agate connects spirit with intellect. Highlighting integrity, it enhances the ability to communicate effectively what is in your mind and heart. Well, there you go. That's your integrity right here. Your assets. It enhances the ability to communicate, here you are in your next steps, effectively what is both in your mind and your heart. Attune to your inner being to express the fullness of who you are. Be confident when speaking in public, as you have much to share. You may have been silenced in the past. Repressing thoughts and feelings cause throat problems, so speak your mind gently, honestly, and clearly. You have the gift of serenity. Use it wisely. Speak your heartfelt truth with integrity and confidence. Do not fear being judged. Expect news shortly and keep lines of communication open. Events unfold slowly. Return to the basics and start again if necessary. Well, there's your wheel right here, where, you know, sometimes you're going to say a little bit, leave it alone. Sometimes you're going to say a little bit, leave it alone. That's what we talked about here in this big picture. Do not fear being judged. Expect news shortly and keep lines of communication open. Events unfold slowly. Return to the basics and start again if necessary. Focus your mind and open your intuition. Your life will be long and happy. Accept your sensitive side. Expressing yourself fully releases neck and shoulder tension, thyroid deficiencies, and throat or lymphatic infections. Your soul path right now is expressing yourself fully. And that's why Leo's showing up here. Because Leo is about expression. You've got it in your situation, and you've also got it in what you've mastered down here. So, this is a hard one a little bit, huh, Scorpio? But, hey, you're heading in the right direction here. And this is like one of those experiences that are a little bit more where you're having to work through some things. But underneath it all, like, your wishes are coming true. So that's what I have for you this week. I hope it helped. And until next time, may the peace that passes all understanding embrace the essence of your being. And for those of you that want to go on with me, the link to the extended is in the description box below. And I'm going to see you over there. Bye-bye.